Veterans, stop wasting your money on just obtaining a Nexus from a private examiner. In today's video, I'm going to give you some very valuable information that could save you money as it pertains to a Nexus statement. Let's get into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne. I got a video for that. Kimball, United States Army veteran, retired VA rating specialist, and your VA claim nugget man. Before I get into today's video, as always, make sure you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. So today's video, stop wasting your money on just a Nexus statement. I'm going to say it again, just a Nexus statement. I received a lot of emails, a lot of phone calls from veterans, and they're saying, "Oh, Dwayne, I need a Nexus. I need a Nexus. I need a Nexus." And I'm like, "What about the DBQ? Why are you just getting a Nexus statement?" So when I rate it, when a veteran just sent in a Nexus statement, let's say, for an example, they would claim it's some direct, something as direct service connection or even secondary service connection. And the Nexus statement was actionable and sufficient. I'm like, yeah, it's solid. But guess what? I'm still requesting the CMP exam, but I'm going to request it without asking for a medical opinion because you already gave me that. All right. So if you're going out getting a Nexus statement, let's say for a direct service connection or secondary, where's the DBQ? Now, you still can submit just that Nexus and its evidence. But let's say you're claiming a back condition as direct service connection due to you being awarded the parachute badge. You have orthopedic to complete a Nexus statement. Yep. In this example I'm giving is good to go. Guess what, people? They have to measure the initial range of motion and repetitive range of motion. And then there's other questions that need to be asked about the back. Guess what? You're not going to find that in the Nexus statement. Those questions are in the DBQ. Okay. Also, if you are already service connected, let's say 10% for a back or any condition, why are you getting a Nexus statement? The Nexus has already been established. I talk to veterans all the time. Dwayne, I paid $500 for a Nexus. I paid $800 for a Nexus. Okay. But you're doing an increase, right? Yeah. You don't need it. You need the DBQ. And yes, people, private doctors do not do DBQs and Nexus statements for free. They have a private practice. That's how they feed their families. They generate revenue. But the VA gives you a free option. You can go to the CMP exam if you want. We all have a choice. Okay. So people will say, "Oh, these examiners are scamming." No, if they know what they're doing now, if they're falsifying information and putting a lot of fluff, then yeah, that's a problem. And I talked about that previously. Okay. And I have another video that I did where I was showing you a chat GPT AI prompt that I created to help you with a Nexus statement. Okay. If you're a veteran trying to understand the VA disability claims process, stop guessing. I'm a retired VA rating specialist trained by the Department of Veterans Affairs. After reviewing thousands of claims for the VA, I wrote my new book, The VA Compensation Blueprint. It's Time to Win. In this book, I walk through a step-by-step example VA claim so you can see how the VA rating process actually works. If you want to get educated on the VA claims process, click the link in the description section and pick up your copy today. So, especially if you're doing a direct and secondary people, yeah, you could go and get a Nexus and they have to review it. But that Nexus may not have the correct information that they need for the condition that you're claiming because that's over in the DBQ. All right. So know that before you go out and spend hundreds on a Nexus, especially for increase, you need the DBQ. But if you just want to get it, then, when you submit it to the VA, just know that they could be scheduling a CMP exam. Now, also what I've been seeing, Veterans submit the Nexus, is good to go, and the VSR still schedules a CMP exam for the DBQ and the Nexus. All right. So at that point, it's going to depend on who desk it lands on, because if they had the proper training, they should already know, hey, this Nexus is good. So we don't need a medical opinion. We just need the residuals. All right. We're going to grant. So we need the residuals. Does the veteran meet the criteria for the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? 9 times out of 10, you're not going to find that information in the Nexus letter. It's going to be in the DBQ. So what is some information that you can find in the Nexus, right? So you got the date, going to have the veteran's name, possibly the social security number or the last four, reference as to why that Nexus is being completed. Medical opinion, direct medical opinion, secondary service connection, medical opinion, or even a pre-service aggravation. Okay. The doctor's information and qualifications. Over the years, okay, back when I first started rating, you wouldn't see a lot of information, the doctor's qualifications and information in a Nexus. Now you do. I would recommend that if you decide to get a DBQ and Nexus statement, ask that doctor to give their qualifications. Here's why. Let's say you are seeing a cardiologist. I know in the last video, I was like, it's a heart doctor. I couldn't remember. Cardiologist or orthopedic or podiatrist, some type of specialist. And you submit your DBQ and Nexus statement to the VA and you decide to go to the CMP exam. Totally up to you. All right. And your doctor, your specialist that you had complete the information had a positive opinion, had all the medical studies to bag it up and everything. But you go to a CMP exam, and the examiner is a medical doctor with no maybe internal medicine or something, no specialized treatment. Medical doctor, physician assistant, a nurse practitioner. Keep in mind, and they never treated you, but your doctor is a specialist and they have been treating you for years. Okay. They provide a negative opinion. The rater uses that negative opinion over your positive opinion. Now, this will only work if you know that DBQ and Nexus you submitted is actionable and sufficient. When you go to high level review, guess what I'm arguing? Hey, I had a specialist that treated me for X amount of years, and I went to go see a nurse practitioner or physician assistant that never treated me and doesn't specialize in this particular issue that I've claimed. I'm not downgrading or condescending their medical qualifications. Okay. So you're telling me that you're going to take the word over somebody that's never treated me and that's not a specialist over someone that is a specialist in this field for this condition I claimed and been treating me for X amount of years. Okay. So then I'm asking, that's why I want you to use my information. That's what I'm requesting. Okay. So then you're going to have the diagnosis. Make it clear, people. If you have a medical or mental health professional completing these, they need to, okay, this diagnosis, back strain or chondromalacia of the right knee or PTSD or whatever, the diagnosis, evidence review. Now I'm going to do an upcoming video because in the manual reference, it talks about if a VA examiner does the CMP exam, they need to look at more information than a private examiner. The private examiner is not held to the same standards. Guess what, people? A lot of VA employees don't know that. A lot of raters don't know that. Don't ask me why. I know a lot of you are going to say, well, how is that, Dwayne? I don't know, but I'm going to share with you that particular reference that states that. Okay. Now, would I have my private examiner to hardly look at any information? No, I'm going to have them look at everything that I have. Then you have the medical opinion. If it's least as likely as not, that's a grant. If it's less likely than not, it's a denial. In my opinion, the most important part of this document is the rationale, because the rationale has to explain how the doctor came to this conclusion. Now, something that I used to see at the VA when I rated. Veteran has their own DBQ and Nexus statement. And then the VA requests the veteran go and the veteran goes. Okay. That's their choice. I've seen the VA's third party examiner or CMP examiner write one sentence explaining why they provide a negative opinion. And I've seen the private examiner write a couple of paragraphs to include medical studies. Prime example, sleep apnea secondary to PTSD. I would see it all the time. VA CMP examiners, third-party examiners, 1 or 2 lines. No medical studies. No, they'll just mention it. And the private examiners will go in great detail, 2 or 3 paragraphs, list medical studies that have been done linking sleep apnea to a mental condition. And the rater will use the VA's CMP examiners or third-party examiners over the private examiner. Crazy, right? I was like, I'm not doing that. And I didn't do it. As long as the veteran's information was actionable and sufficient, I'm using their positive information over the VA's negative information. And then I would explain in the rating decision. Okay. And then you need the doctor's contact information. Also, in the previous video where I showed you the AI prompt and what it generated, make sure that your doctor's contact information looks the same as it does in the DBQ. So if you look at the last page of the DBQ down at the bottom, just make sure it mirrors that. Make sure the NPI numbers, the national provider identification, their address, their fax number, their phone number, make sure all that information is the same. So there's no discrepancies. There's no reason you're gonna give that VA employee to discredit your private evidence. Okay. So in closing, people, stop spending money for Nexus statements that you don't need. All right. And also get the DBQ as well. Now, again, if you just want that Nexus statement just for additional evidence, then there's some things that the VA is going to do when they get it. Okay. But at the end of the day, it is totally up to you. But thought I'd just give you those nuggets because I've seen veterans go out and spend hundreds of dollars for a Nexus statement for an increase, and they didn't need it because guess what? The Nexus was already established. With that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and as always, share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you. Don't be frustrated, get educated.